You got a problem with gay frogs, Cuck Norris? No, nobody's judging you. How the hell's everybody doing? Why is this shit not off my screen? Get your shit together, Mike. I did a dramatic Yelp review. What I called it quite some time ago. I don't know if you guys watched it. It was on a hotel in Seattle, on a guy named Randy. I wish I would have saved that one. That's like the best Yelp review I have seen in my entire life. It was absolutely great. But I was trying to find something worth watching on TV, and I was like, I don't really feel like watching it. But I was trying to find something worth watching on TV, but I'm like, I kind of feel like reading Yelp reviews. I was trying to find something worth watching because I haven't done this in a while, so I was like, reading Yelp. I've had several alcoholic beverages. I haven't done this in a while, so why not look up a bunch of crappy Yelp reviews? I've had several filtered by. I haven't done this in a while, so why not look up a bunch of crappy Yelp reviews? And see what wisdom people have to share with us. I haven't done this in a while, so why not look up a bunch of crappy Yelp reviews? And see what wisdom this after doing some serious work all day. Cheers, Frank. I had some actual and see what wisdom serious conversations serious with a professor in Toronto, Mr. Ian serious conversation who's been on the show, also former chief operating officer for W1 in Ian serious conversation, and Mr. Dean Hamper, who chief operating officer, deals with people in a correction facility and drug facilities. So I was trying to figure out more about this Jon Jones thing, doing my own work because I don't know these guys drug sales. What these guys say, and more about this Jon Jones. I'm kind of stressed out. I gotta talk about these guys drug sales. What these guys say, and more about this audio is okay. I gotta talk. Thanks, guys. What these guys say. Oh yeah, I hear that. Oh, that is a clusterfuck. I apologize. I gotta talk. Thanks, guys. What these guys say. Oh yeah, I hear that. Oh, that is a clusterfuck. I apologize. All right, guys. Here we go. I just showed some of my cards here, but I think I've had. All right. Hopefully that should be better there. Thank you for letting me know that. There's like 5 videos. Abort. Now it sounds like I licked a gay frog. That was funny. All right, is my audio good? Is my audio good? The number is up. If somebody's trying to call, let me know. I'll try to get the Google Voice up. I was just thinking, man, I want to do something kind of silly. I've been studying this drug stuff all day. So why not just drink a bunch of beer and read people's stupid Yelp reviews? It's fine now. What's up, Jamani? I know that's not MMA, but I've been reading about Jon Jones steroids so much, I think I might piss positive here pretty soon. I might have a picogram in my system. All right, so I know a lot of you guys have stayed in shitty hotels. I've stayed in shitty hotels. Me and my wife stayed in several of them in San Francisco on the 2 weeks for our honeymoon. Some of those, I was not able to find any of them anymore. I don't think any of them are in business anymore. Mike, I would be your best interview ever. Well, after a few of these, let me know, and I'll turn the phone lines on here and call on in. Let me know what's up. But I just want to talk about stupid reviews tonight. Like I said, we might talk some MMA, but This was kind of inspired by, like I said, way back on me and my wife's honeymoon when we were in San Francisco. We stayed in a place called the Sea Captain's Inn. And immediately I'm we pulling in about midnight. And there's somebody smoking weed out in the parking lot. What's up, Dean? We had a good discussion earlier today for our study. Is that like Richard Pryor with his infamous $1.50 worth of cocaine? Dry powder. I got AIDS in a hotel. How about that? What's up, Dry Powder? Yeah, I was telling everybody, Dean, I was talking to you. I talked a little bit to Ian Brewster, professor over in Toronto, and my brain was kind of fried talking about serious stuff. I'm like, I just kind of want to drink beer and read stupid Yelp reviews. So if you guys are down for that, that's what you signed up for. If not, I don't think there's anything else better on the internet right now, to be honest. He was making fun of Leon Spink's arrest. But yeah, me and my wife stayed at this place called the Sea Captain's Inn. That's what kind of inspired the first Yelp review I ever did on here, dramatic Yelp review, on a guy named Randy in the Seattle Inn. Some of you guys may have seen that. But we had a guy, as soon as we got there about midnight. I think they wanted like $150. And this is like, I'm old, I'm 40 years old. I got married when I was 20, so this is like literally like 98, 99. Anyways, we get there, there's some guy smoking weed or crack right outside the door. I mean, he's leaning up against the wall, like next to the door. So we go in and we pay, and this guy's kind of a jerk. He's this Middle Eastern guy. And as soon as we go in to lay down, I hear this noise. And I mean, it's like super freaking loud. And there's somebody out there running a radio-controlled car. So I go to complain to the owner of the hotel, and come to find out, it's the guy's son. It's past midnight. This guy's son is like 8 years old, and he's out riding this loud-ass electric car right outside our room. And he won't make him stop. He's acting like, you know, he won't say really anything to me. He's kind of almost acting like he doesn't speak English and just being a complete jackass. I'm pretty sure he was the owner of the hotel. And then, so we finally get to sleep. About 3 o'clock in the morning, I hear this screaming. I hear screaming. Sounds like glass breaks. And I hear, they're trying to kill me. They're trying to kill me. So I come outside to see what's going on. And I see a window busted out, curtain torn to shreds with blankets. And then in this window, you can see, because some of the curtain's down, I mean, literally like bottles and bottles of alcohol. And this man trips out of the window. He's cutting himself in the glass, and he's screaming, they're trying to kill me, they're trying to kill me. And the guy's naked, and he's got a blanket wrapped around him. It was a blanket or curtain. It was 20 years ago, but I still remember this. The guy, so he's running. They're trying to kill me. They're trying to kill me. Guy runs head out into traffic. Somebody stops in front of him, jumps out of their car, throws the guy down to the ground, and hog ties him, rope ties him up. So I'm like, what in the hell is going on? I'm glad this guy found him, but why the hell is he tying this guy up? Well, it turns out he was like an off-duty cop, and he was on his way to work or something, but happened to find the guy. The guy was drunk and all shot up on heroin. But anyways, that's what inspired this series. What's up, Pulse Reloaded? Everyone is opening presents and getting lit. Must have some good crabs. Oh, God, crack. Naked was probably PCP. Yeah, it was like PCP or crack or something. Is crabs more embarrassing than AIDS? Probably for the moment. Well, you can't see AIDS, so I guess it takes a little longer, but yeah. So let's start this out with a superstar review from RM out of San Jose, California. I always like when they give detailed pictures, like a cut foot. I wouldn't recommend coming to this hotel because it's extremely run down. Yes, it's conveniently located near downtown, but aside from that, everything else was horrible. Oh, let's give credit to where this is at first. I'm sorry, this is for Hotel Seattle. I know where this hotel is. I stayed at a hotel by there. I don't think I ever stayed at this one, but I did stay at one by there for concerts. It was actually a decent hotel, so I'm pretty sure I never stayed here. This place is falling apart, dirty, the beds are tiny, the elevator isn't safe, the room smells like smoke, there's no hot water, the walls are coming off, no fridge, no microwave, no cable. Oh, the cable doesn't work, but only a few channels. My husband cut himself on a piece of wood. Well, what was he doing kicking the door? I'm not sure. I guess you could get a piece of wood anywhere, but not very good, but the staff was nice. Other than that, I would say stay away. At least they do say stay away. It's funny how many of these I read, and they give a horrible reviews on someplace, and then they're like, this is the 4th time that I've been to this restaurant, or this is the 3rd time I've stayed in this hotel. It's like, after a while, you're just asking for it. Quick shout out to Christina Applegate. Christina Applegate. I am 100% sure she is not watching, but shout out to her. What's up, Robert Christian? Merry Christmas. Hi, Robert. Kelly Bundy. How you doing? Doing okay. Merry Christmas. All right, Mary M. Me and my boyfriend went to Seattle for a concert. I decided to get room for a surprise. My boyfriend said to stay the night so we would not have to drive home. We walked into a hotel, Seattle. Look at the room, turned around and walked out. We decided we'd rather pay the money and drive home and sleep in our own bed than sleeping in disgusting, filthy, nasty, dirty hotel. Don't go here. And then they got room stain pictures. I always love when they have pictures. Bed bugs with an exclamation point. It's like you weren't in a real big hurry to get out of there because you're taking pictures. So we got bed bugs. We got stained floors. It smells gross. The sink is coming out of the walls, and there's a hole. Oh, there's a hole to the people upstairs. Oh, that is interesting. That is very interesting. You imagine you're just sitting here and something starts to come through the little hole on the ceiling above you. Merry Christmas. I'll let my dog in now. Be right back. Sorry about that. The dog always wants out, but he wants in on his own schedule. Just a short update. I am working on something big for Jon Jones. I'm doing a lot of investigation because I don't trust this Jeff Nowitzki shit. I've been talking to people much smarter than myself. And we're going to get some answers to this bullshit. All right, here we go. Friend and I stayed here. Oh, I think I just read that one. Can you give no stars? I've always wondered why you can't give no stars. Why do you have to give a star? Keys? Who does that? So no keys. One outlet in the room. So plan on unplugging the light to plug in your computer. 2 extension cords connect the crappy tube TV with fuzzy cable, all of the 7 channels that can't be legal. Odd rusted pipe in the bathroom makes clanging noise at odd moments. Wallpaper torn. Tile half removed to put cheap covering on plywood in the shower. Bathroom outlet on a wall across from mirror, so it's good that I don't need to dry my hair. Oh wait, no hair dryer. No fridge. Coffee, other hotels at this price point have these. Wi-Fi in the lobby only. That's got to be a popular lobby. I'm thinking about moving, but I am thankfully here one night. Won't experiment with this hotel again. Well, at least they're not coming back. And this person also has pictures. We have some classy Yelp reviewers here in Seattle. All these they like to take a lot of pictures. Wonderful desk people, very bad kept hotel. Plaster coming down from ceiling. Oh, you can see that in the picture. Nice picture. We got some photographers staying in the hotels here. No towel racks or toilet paper holder. No water pressure. When reported, the bathroom light only comes on sometimes. Someone came up. Unfortunately, my husband just left the room, so the light came on immediately. So the guy says, I can't help you. Now that said, price is right for Seattle, and it's a great location. Location, location, location. You're in the right location, you can have a really shitty hotel, unfortunately. Damn, how much for a night for that crappy room? Over $100. I think, anyways, I know that. What is a yurt? A yurt, I believe it's like a small cabin. Somebody might have a better idea of what that is for me. I know I've seen them before, but it basically looks to me like a homemade cabin out of plastic. It's not a whole hell of a lot to it. No hot water and shower. Heat only on during morning and daytime. It's cold all night. No staff to bring you blankets. No Wi-Fi in rooms as advertised. You can get some in the lobby, but there are 4 chairs and 3 are broken. And it's freezing in the lobby. You really get a good idea for a hotel when you read several reviews and they're all saying the same thing. That leads me to believe that these are true people of integrity. These are true legends of the Yelp community. BRBs or hotels? Oh, yeah. Oh, hell no. That sounds like a $35 a night room. You're not staying anywhere in Seattle for $35. No, I bet you it's $100. Ceilings and walls are falling in and wallpaper missing peeling. That's been common in many of these. Many large open holes in walls and mold. Front desk guy, staff supervisor makes excuses when reporting issues. Tell you they never heard of your issue before. Nonsense. We found 2 staff members that clearly say this is an ongoing issue that management doesn't want to fix. Avoid this place. What a nightmare. That is always fun when you go to a place and you start complaining, and then the employees start complaining with you, and they're like, oh, you think that's bad? I got one for you. Then you know you're in a good place. In Seattle, how much is a cheap room? In the city of Seattle, if you get it on an app, you might get in for $100. But it's probably not going to be a very good place. Booked a room for 2 nights, ended up staying somewhere else due to the unclean, almost creepy setting of the lobby as soon as you walk in. Too bad that's where you have to go for the Wi-Fi. Highly recommend somewhere else in order to stay in a more clean and safe environment. So this person didn't even look like they got to their room. If I could give this place 0 stars, I would. It was totally disgusting inside and out. The location was okay, but it went downhill the minute I walked through the door. I wish I had read the Yelp reviews prior to booking. There were moldy, deteriorating holes in the walls. This is pretty disturbing. I just kind of picked a random cheap hotel in Seattle, but this is actually disturbing. I'm kind of surprised this place is still in business. This is like the 4th review where you have moldy walls and holes. Holes in the walls and ceiling. I've never stayed in a place that actually had holes in the walls or ceiling. I don't think I've ever seen mold in a hotel either. Stains on the floor. We heard that for holes in the ceiling. Everything was just nasty. Spend the extra dollars per night and stay somewhere else. If I could do it over again, I would stay near the airport and take the light rail into town. I bet they would do anything else. This person, no bed bugs. We checked for over 30 minutes reading past reviews. Well, why did you stay in there after you read maybe they read the past reviews after they got in here. Okay, so this person's saying they booked the hotel, this one, because it was under $75 a night. So there you go. That was back in 2016, though. So then it was under 75 bucks a night. If I stay in a bad place in Lubbock, Texas, $35 a night, and all you have to worry about is drugs and hookers. Sorry, my phone is crazy too much. Oh, Jesus. Oh, that's hilarious. Room keys are still used like in the 70s or later. They did not have hair dryers or irons in rooms. Carpet looked so worn and dirty. Wallpaper peeling. Wall sockets were missing covers. The bathroom outdated. Had to flush the toilet 2 to 3 times for it to flush. For hot water, I had to let water run for 5 to 10 minutes. Oh, so this review is going to be helpful to somebody because someone else didn't think that they had hot water. You just have to let it run for longer. Just to get warm water. Oh, so you get warm water. Then just a few minutes later, the hot water came. Had some rust on the pipes and tile. That's not a good thing. Our room had 2 single beds. Let's just say if you are a hobbit and under 5'5", they are perfect for you. As for me, I am not that short. My friend fit perfectly on them. I had a bit of issues. Wi-Fi or internet access. You must be in their outdated lobby. No parking. That's actually fairly common in Seattle in hotels. You'll rent a hotel room and there's no park. Does anyone else live in a place where you rent a hotel room and they don't give you a place to park? That is a true issue of living in Seattle. And hotels that do have parking, they'll advertise it. And I've seen hotels that say parking $15 extra. What's up, Robert Kerrigan? What's the worst place you have stayed at, Mike? It was a Sea Captain's Inn. I was talking about that a little bit earlier with this guy he was either on heroin or PCP or something. And he broke through the window, went running through the street naked, just covering himself with a curtain. It was a curtain or a blanket. It was about 20 years ago. Then he runs into the street, into oncoming traffic. He's screaming, they're trying to kill me. The window's full of liquor bottles, at least 10 liquor bottles up there. And he runs into the street. Somebody stops, jumps out of their car, pulls some rope out, hog ties this guy, ties him up and gets him on the sidewalk. Come to find out, I guess he was an off-duty cop. Or at least he said he was. I never stuck around to substantiate the story. Oh, and then, well, there was the issue of being woke up before that. I'm repeating a little bit of myself from earlier now, but the owner's son was running his remote control car at 1 o'clock in the morning, like super freaking loud. And so I forgot to tell her, but we finally got to sleep. By the time this guy woke us up at like 3-something, I think we got about an hour or 2 of sleep. So it finally gets to be 6 a.m. and I'm like, let's just go. I'm hungry. I want to eat breakfast. Let's just get the hell out of here. I don't even care at this point. So we go to check out and our car is blocked in by 4 other cars. Like we're parked here. There's somebody behind us. There's somebody in front of us. There's somebody on each side. We cannot get out without people moving their cars. We're completely blocked in. These people were so retarded. They're not parked in proper parking spaces. So I go up to the guy and I tell him the issue. So I said, so can you tell me who's parked in these spots? Because when we parked in our spot, we gave him our driver's license number. He refused to give me the driver's license number. He refused to give me any information or try to help me find out who these people are. Suggested that I start knocking on people's doors. And this is what inspired this series. When I did the first Yelp dramatic review, and this is Mike Reviews it all the way back. He comes out with me. There's one vehicle behind us that if you move this, it looks like we can probably get out. So without talking to us, which we probably could have given better information. He starts rocking the car until the alarm goes off, and then stands there and waits for the person to come. Needless to say, this person was not very happy. But they get there, 6 o'clock in the morning, they get in, we're like, hey, you're parked in our spot, you're blocking us in. They kind of give us this FU look, get in the vehicle and back up, and we end up going somewhere for breakfast. And fortunately, we finally escaped the hotel from hell. Sounds like one hell of a night. Yeah, that was on our honeymoon. And we're still married 20 years later. What do you know? I booked this property for a trip to Seattle based on price and location. Because I just didn't need a fancy room. I'm used to only the basics, which is super cheap and disgusting in downtown Seattle. Don't do it. First, there's parking. The online service that I used said it would be $29 a night, but it's actually so that was much cheaper than I thought. That's back in 2016 at $39 a night. Damn, that is pretty cheap. I checked around for better deals, no such luck. Second, let me say that every staff member, I didn't read all of these reviews before I decided to go live. I went on, kind of found some random hotels that looked like they had some crappy reviews, and thought I'd just share them with you guys live. That's how creative I am. That's how much effort I put into tonight. But I dealt with nice, but not always helpful. I'm thinking specifically of needing a refrigerator not in room for some leftovers and being told, 1, they don't have one I could use. 2, if I booked a Queen Deluxe room my next visit, I would have my own fridge. As if I'll be returning and paying for that privilege. Lots of other problems. Only one old slow elevator. Wi-Fi only in the lobby. We've heard that before. Room carpet had stains, wears, and burns. The property is non-smoking, so this was an old carpet. The only place that was bright enough to read was the bed. All the outlets were either in use or non-functioning. There was no heat, and it was a cool time in September. Thankful I bought a robe. 8 TV channels that may or may not work. NBC was not among them. No microwave. They had an ice machine and a closet that smelled funny. My curtain rod was bent and sagged. The bathroom sink counter was loose and could be lifted off the pedestal. The water pressure was almost non-existent, yet if you moved the dial by 1 degree, the temperature would jump by 20 degrees. At 5 a.m., I was awakened by loud truck noise. I love these. I don't know if you... Probably no one finds these things as interesting as I do, but I love dramatic Yelp reviews. At 5 a.m., I was awakened by loud truck noise. It was not a restful stay. I won't be returning. It's horrible. It's scary. At least I didn't leave with bug bites or diseases like other reviewers. I'm an excellent travel partner, but I goofed on this one. Don't stay here. Exposed electrical wires, dirty carpets, peeled sheets, aloof and unhelpful staff. TV and remote didn't work. Asked for repair. Told maintenance would be up in 15 minutes. Never came. Went and walked around town upon return. Asked front desk if maintenance had repaired TV. Response, I have no idea. I'm the only one here. Did you try turning the TV on? I asked, do you have a battery for the remote? Response was no. Bottom line is the TV didn't work because they had not made their dish payment. Jesus. Also, super noisy, no AC, peeling walls and ceiling, slouching carpet rods, lack of working electrical outlets other than the exposed wires, no deadbolt, no screen or windows, totally unsafe for kids and luggage. Sounds like it's totally unsafe for anybody. No Wi-Fi, as I said earlier, shabby lobby, pics would be too graphic. No stars would be my true rating. Find another hotel. So if you guys want to look at more of these, what's up, Robert? I'm going to move on to the next one, but this is, if you're looking for a hotel in Seattle, and I guess you want a cheap place, stay at Hotel Seattle possibly, but definitely at your own risk. Next up is Royal Caribbean Cruise Lines. You guys feel free to share your holiday stories too. Crappy hotels you stayed at, cruises, car rentals, any kind of review stories like that. I rather enjoy these. So one, after being held in a building for over 2 hours while the ship, this is for the cruise line. Let me tell you where it's at. This is Royal Caribbean Cruise Line, San Francisco, California. I picked this one because of one very horrendous review that's almost unbelievable. I'll read a few more before I get to that, though, because there's some pretty bad ones in here. After being held in a building for over 2 hours while the ship had some issues, no offer of water or a bite to eat. Then we were allowed on and not a single employee was anywhere to help us find our way to the cabin. Many people were positioned to sell us extras. No help for gas. No sooner did we board and unpack and get a bite to eat than a mandatory meeting on deck. Now hundreds of employees appear and still manage to guide us out the wrong doors. The deck crammed with people, and me with a badly injured Achilles, I was supposed to pick my way through a wall of people. I think this person might just be a whiner. I notice there's a lot of people that they whine. A lot of times they write like super long reviews, and then they always have some random injury. So Eva P, if you really did have an Achilles injury, I apologize, but since you don't actually know the extent of the injury, I'm calling bullshit. RC told me I can take 2 bottles of wine or champagne, but I do not drink alcohol, and they do not permit even 1 bottle of water. Very cheap, stupid policy. Hey, that sounds like a fun cruise to me. You're not even allowed to drink anything other than alcohol. Service after the sale has been dismal. Oh, so they changed hands. We were a party of 10 with 2 disabled travelers. Already these people kind of sound like a nightmare. Unfortunately, we were prevented from participating in one of the shore excursions we purchased due to high winds. All I want is my $864 back. All I've gotten is the runaround, never sailing Royal Caribbean again. Well, to be fair, Royal Caribbean on this one, you got to do everything except for one activity. You did have 2 disabled people with you, so maybe it wasn't safe to do that activity. And you want your entire $864 back. Becca, I think you're being kind of a bitch, to be honest. If everybody who thinks Becca's being a bitch, hit thumbs up. What's up, Seven? Merry Christmas, brother. All right, there's one in here that's... Oh, this isn't it. It gets better. This one gets better as it goes, though. Horrible experience with a paid cruise on Royal Caribbean. 7, you're just entering. Feel free to share your reviews, your stays of hotels, car rentals, cruises, restaurants, but only if they're absolutely horrible experiences and you make us laugh while we're drinking alcoholic beverages. Or whatever else you find gentlemen and ladies are partaking of tonight. A horrible experience with a paid cruise on Royal Caribbean. We were booked for a 9-day vacation from April 5th to April 14th on the grandeur of seas, leaving out of cruise. This person's very specific. We left Richmond, Virginia well in advance in order to meet the ship in Maryland. What is a fucking novel? We made every possible effort to get to the port in time, but could never have foreseen as many as 3 car wrecks on the 150-mile trip. Well, that's not the Caribbean place's fault. We called everyone we could well in advance, including the travel agent, the port, the ship, and Royal Caribbean in advance. Well, that is nice of them. Give them a heads up to inform them we were running late as a result. I had family members on the ship who also informed the ship that we were en route and even made it to the pier while the ship was still docked, but we were denied access. Oh, I would have been like, fuck off. I'm getting on. I offered to meet the ship at my expense in Charleston, South Carolina. So after they wouldn't let them on, they're still docked. They offered to meet them in Charleston, South Carolina 2 days later on its first stop. They said no to that as well, but that if I flew to the Bahamas 5 days into the cruise, they would be glad to let me board as the ship made its way back to Maryland. Are you freaking kidding me? Okay, this person's got a very legitimate argument here. The ship sailed with half my family on board, even though they let the crew know we were at the pier and had already checked in online. I informed several members of the company's executive board of my experience, and rather than offering a rain check or a credit of sort, this sounds like a nightmare. I get a company rep calling to tell me about the Jones Act. Is that like Jim Jones? Or Jon Jones. And advising to try to get relief from my credit card company. We are a military family of modest means, and so for them to just blow us off when they made absolutely no effort to accommodate my family is inconceivable. I will never ever sail with this line again. You were just a dollar bill to them and no more. Here we go. I have never been more horrified. I bought the cruise to the Bahamas from Florida. That must be nice. That'd be fun. But when I was finally ready to take it, they told me they had refunded the money. Interesting. I poured over 3 years of bank statements, and the only transfer was from my bank account to their cruise line. I've asked everything to them. Wow, this person's got a legitimate lawsuit. I lost around $1,118. Yelp is not the place you need to be going to accuse these people of robbing you of $1,118. I mean, yes, go to Yelp, but then also get a lawyer. I never got the refund and have been treated like shit over the phone. They have never gotten back to me. I will never book with anyone from Florida again. You need to turn them in to the Better Business Bureau, Heidi. Or Consumer Reports. Somebody other than Yelp. This one is the horrific one that I ended up stopping on this review for. This is almost unbelievable. So if you were thinking about leaving and you're like, this show kind of sucks, you want to stick around just for this one. We have not sailed as of yet. We are to go September 30th, leaving out of San Juan. As you know, all the islands we were to sail to are about to be destroyed by 2 hurricanes. So September of 2017, these people are cruising into hurricanes, not real bright. San Juan has no power or water. There has been a lot of reports of national news about how bad the crime is there right now because of lack of water and food. There have been pictures and news reports of the devastation. They will not cancel the trip. The airport is not even open at this time. Even if it does, they are going to take us to devastated islands. They are advertising, they are giving aid to these islands, but the truth is they are sending vacationers in very dangerous situations. Maybe you're going to be giving the aid. What you just get off the cruise and they're like, oh, finally, help's here. Grab a shovel. That's got to be one of the best or one of the worst situations that I've heard of. You imagine you book a cruise and 2 hurricanes hit your island and devastate it. No power, no anything. And your ass is sitting there. That sounds like something that would happen to me. I don't think we can do better than that one on cruise. Although this person has a very long review. I'm always interested in these people that have ridiculously long reviews. This person has 11 reviews. They have 29 friends on Yelp. Who has 29 friends on Yelp? I know a lot of people that don't even have 29 friends on Facebook. How into Yelp are you, Gary K? I always assume that when someone writes a novel to this extent, that this is not the first review that they have given. But let's give them the benefit of the doubt. Not only was our cruise on Enchantment of the Seas terrible, but I wrote a long letter to the company detailing the trip and problems. I believe you. They did not even reply. They probably fell asleep reading it. I know they got it because I sent it certified. I would never do business with them, ever. Here is a copy of the letter if interested. That's why it's so long. Removed a few words so it will fit into Yelp allowance. Thank you, Yelp, for putting a limit on how long these reviews can be, at least. I booked 2 staterooms on your cruise to Miami, boarding October 3rd. I do not particularly like cruises, but the family does, so I take them. This guy already kind of sounds like an asshole. In this case, my father-in-law, he's calling him out by name, Ken Carpenter, age 86, had not been on a trip since we took him to Cosmo last year. I have a feeling he got really pissed at his 86-year-old father-in-law because he's calling him out by name. As he has cancer and time is short. Oh, shit. This is 2006. I hope Ken's not dead now. This is getting deep. We decided to take him on this cruise. I chose the cruise because it had 3 ports of call and no full days at sea, which is a winner for me as I dislike days at seas. It's amazing how much personal information some of these people give in reviews. Let me start by saying that I understand that you do not control the weather. I understand that the ship was detoured away from a hurricane in the Bahamas. We were informed we were going to be first to Cozumel, then to our scheduled Key West stop. We arrived in Cozumel in the shadow of the El Cid Hotel where we took Ken the year before. We're told we had port call from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. I waited for the throngs to subside. I'm not going to read this guy's ridiculously long. Let's cut to the chase here. This trip was not a vacation. It was not a good last trip for my father-in-law. Oh, last trip. I'm sorry about that. That sucks. No, the government controls the weather. What's up, Hayden Walker? Hayden Walker's been binging on conspiracy theory with Jesse Ventura. You guys ever see the one where he goes and visits Harp? That's some scary shit. I would not doubt that some governments control the weather. But I won't out and out accuse them because I don't want to be banned from YouTube. And I have absolutely no proof. Can I do less than 1 star? Like a -10. Oh, I'm liking the way this one's starting. Took my family of 4 on a cruise to Alaska on the Explorer of the Seas on May 26th of this year. I love it when people number the number of bad things that happen. So this person has a detailed list of 6 things. I don't know if there's any particular order to this monstrosity, but here we go. Number 1, the buffet food was absolutely terrible. Number 2, the price of drinks on board are like Disneyland or ballpark prices. Not surprising. The main dining dinner was not even close to acceptable. Steak was gray and flat. Fries were soaked in the juices of a steak and mushy. Shrimp cocktail was ridiculous, the smallest shrimp I've ever seen. Number 4, on the second day I went to get a print out of the onboard charges and saw a $54 gratuity charge every day. Wow. Yeah, I'd be kind of pissed about that. I asked what that was about. She stated that it is company policy. Oh, I love these company policies. One of these days, you're just going to walk on someone at a hotel, and it's going to be, somebody's going to knock on your door and, like, open up the room as some 500-pound dude. Oh, I'm here to rape you in the ass. It's company policy. I mean, these companies and their company policies, Merry Christmas. She stated, I asked for them to be removed, and she denied me, stating again it's company policy. The onboard shows were unbearable, to say the least. The cruise director even made fun of rival cruise lines, which I found distasteful. I always hate that when I talk. You go to a restaurant, or car dealerships are really bad at this. They'll talk bad about other car dealerships and feed you lines that just sound like they're full of garbage. But number 6, we don't want to disrespect Jared here. Every single thing on board is designed to get more money out of you. Well, they are a business. Everything. I'm paying $54 a day for gratuity, and every single transaction on board automatically charges another 18% per transaction. Jesus Christ, do not fly or cruise on Royal Caribbean. This is preposterous. When I got home, I found out that you can have your gratuity reduced and or even removed upon request. That is a law. They cannot force you to pay gratuity. They can bitch and moan about it and act like it's an inconvenience, but they cannot legally require you to tip. Not me. I was denied on board. This is the second one I've heard to say that. I called RC when I got home and was told it was my travel agent's fault for not informing me of the gratuity. That was a lie. I went through 6 agents and the travel agent and was told that I never asked for the gratuity to be removed and that I can't after the cruise. All lies and frauds. Please don't go on Royal Caribbean. All right, Fights of Friends, if we've learned anything for right now, do not fly on Royal Caribbean. This person, wow. I got to hand to this person. I'm not going to read this entire thing because this is insanely long, especially for a 2-star. But this person's got 11 things numbered of issues they have, and then how to fix my this mess. They have a table of contents from A to I. That is an overachieving reviewer right there. I think that reviewer is on PEDs. It ain't a 30, bro, but keep it up. I loved that show, Conspiracy Theory. I wish it would have went on longer. That was great. Let's move on to Burger King. So where are we at? What Burger King are we at? And why did I choose this one? This Burger King is in East Oakland. So as you can imagine, if you're going by East Oakland, you're probably pretty freaking hungry to stop there to begin with. I would imagine. I'm not slowing down in East Oakland to stop at Burger King, honestly. If you've ever been to East Oakland, which I have. What's up, Robert Christian? One time I rented a room, the room next to us must have had an orgy going on or something. It was so damn noisy. My girlfriend wanted to leave, but I had paid for the night, so hell no, I wasn't going nowhere. Stand your ground, my man. That's exactly what I would tell my wife. And then she would make us leave. Possibly. All right, on to the king of burgers. I do whatever you say about McDonald's. Here's one thing: if you're traveling in a place that you do not recognize, like maybe your ass is lost, or you're somewhere out of town for business or something, and you don't recognize the places around you, McDonald's generally their franchises have a pretty high standard. Even their food, I would probably rate about a C. It's basically a C across the board. You're pretty much going to get the same damn food everywhere you go. It's not too hard for them to prepare either. Burger King, I've found that the service and food at Burger King's varies wildly. Fast review, only the brave should stay here. Long review, let's go on to the next one. But they did put some pictures. Open door policy, no lock, not such a big one. Don't steal the one pie, please. No toilet paper, no soap. I've been in a few places like that. October 2018. So this was real recent here. Went there and I went on the app to get the code. Stopped working. When I drove up to pay the man, was like, too late, can't use the code. That sounds like bullshit. So I ended up paying the $10 something for my meal. Jesus, he should have listened to JT360 Gamer and gotten those dollar chicken nuggets. Are you in here, JT? He's probably stuffing his mouth full of Burger King chicken nuggets right now. I need to get a sponsor, from what's that, DoorDash, that they come and deliver the food to you, and then Uber. Oh, I love it when people start out reviews like this. Jade, I like you, Jade. October 18th, 2018. These are some rude motherfucker. They all should be fired. What type of business do they think they are in? Customer service should be better than what they are given. Crude and to the point, Jade. I like it. Here we go. May 21st, 2018. I decided to get breakfast here this morning for my family. Everything seemed fine until I was eating my enormous breakfast burrito and almost choked to death on a piece of hair that got stuck in my throat. Oh, that feels disgusting just thinking about it. I pulled it out and threw up my burrito. Thanks, Burger King, for almost killing me on my birthday. That from Mimi J of Oakland, California. Happy belated birthday, Mimi. $1, 10 chicken nuggets. I could live off that. All right, February 26, 2018. Oh, here's another one of these crazy long ones. So I'm not going to promise I'm going to read the whole thing. But 39 friends, 20. There are a lot of things in common with these people that have very long reviews. For one thing, who in the hell does anyone on here have friends on Yelp? I didn't even realize that they were a social media network. This person has 39 friends on fucking Yelp. 24 reviews, 56 photos. They got 2 of them here. Person in question, so they took a picture of the person here. Dirty jobs. Last night a disgusting event occurred and it really jerked my knees. Who says jerked my knees anyways? It really jerked my knees that I was compelled to rewrite this review. Something about the cleanliness service that should be held to industry standards, but was clearly violated last night. I believe the black female employee who works there is also the manager. I will think I've seen her work at the establishment for a long time. Anyhow, back to the subject at hand. That would be nice. Was getting, and I am just a bit too lazy to make any food. You're also too lazy to use English, and decided to give it a go for fast food, and Burger King just happens to be around the block. At the time, I was filling my gas up. We don't need all these fucking details, Sang. This is not acceptable. Let's move ahead. There should be no reason whatsoever that a stick pan cover and trash bags needs to be clanking the ground at night. Oh, okay. Let's back up here a second. While waiting, I couldn't help but notice the hand partially extending out of the drive-thru window, holding onto a long stick, and what appears to be some pot pan cover at the tip of the stick, held together carelessly with plastic bags. I'm trying to picture what the hell this person's talking about. The person proceeds to extend the pot pan cover all the way to the ground. So they're putting the pots and pans in this place on the ground. Can I confirm that it actually touched the ground? Yes, I can. Maybe after a few clank noises. Reaffirm my suspicion. There should be no reason whatsoever that a stick, pan cover, and trash bags needs to be clanking the ground at night. No reason whatsoever other than some terrible upbringing, or that the person was never taught right from the start by lazy people. All right, here we go. Vinny T. August 5th, bad service. Other Burger King locations allowed us to use... who cares about your stupid coupons? I like Brian Davina better out of Oakland here. God, this place sucks. They fucked up our order and took forever to make our food. This guy gets right to the point. It's messy, and the parking lot is like a demilitarized zone. I could have a beer with this Brian guy. I love his use of English. One poor bastard placed his order and literally sat for 15 minutes waiting for his number to be called. He's probably still there. Another dude loudly told the manager that she needed to sharpen up on her people skills. Apparently, there was some sort of argument at the counter. I wasted 15 minutes of my life at this shithole. Brian Davina, I may bookmark you and go back and read some of your reviews at a later time. You, sir, are a scholar of Yelp. Jerked my knees. I'm using that from now on. I gotta work that into the next fight companion. That just jerks my knees. Jon Jones failed another drug test? That just jerks my knees. But I'm doing a lot of investigation, and we may prove him innocent. We'll see. Jeff Nowitzki, by the way, is going on Joe Rogan on Thursday to plead his case. I will go into some MMA news for a minute, though. Watching the video of Dana White and Jeff Nowitzki when they're explaining about the drugs in Jon Jones' system, I got to make an important analogy here. Has anybody seen the movie Analyze This? It's where the mobster, Robert De Niro, he's playing a mob boss, and he forces the psychiatrist to work for him. Showers him with all these gifts. This psychiatrist doesn't want to work for this mob boss. Basically, there's people that come after him and, kind of give him the point, hey, we're probably going to kill you if you don't defend our boss. So we, long story short, that's how Jeff Nowitzki looked during that interview. He looked like Dana White was the mob boss about to shoot him. And every once in a while, you see Dana look over him and nod his head or correct him or say something and then smile into the camera. It was like an SNL skit. I was about to say that, says Robert Christian. I usually don't eat this junk, but the day I decided to go, they had a sign in the drive-thru, cash only, for some odd reason. Then when I got to the window, I told them I only had credit, and she told me $10 max. On the car only. Burger King got a lot of cleaning up to do. Don't quite understand that one. Jeff S. out of San Francisco. Never go into this place ever again. Oh, I don't know if I liked... Is this true? Can you have 451 friends on Yelp? I don't even know how to make a friend request on Yelp. And if I get a friend request, I think I might be scared to accept it. Maybe I got to start spending more time here. Maybe this is like going to be our second home. Anyways, never going to this place ever again, Jeff says. I caught a bad case of food poisoning, which left me immobilized for the entire day and the day after. Just the sight and smell of any food made me nauseous. I completely lost my appetite, had the squirts, and vomited a few times throughout the day. Thanks for the detail, Jeff. I ended up missing out on work and had to pay a dog walker to walk my dogs for the next couple of days, because I was feeling too wounded to get up and move around. All right, Jeff, now you're kind of starting to sound a little bit like a pussy. No one should ever have to feel this way after a meal. Absolutely terrible. I hope this place gets shut down or a fire consumes the entire building. Jesus Christ. If this Burger King burns down, Jeff S., you're going to be suspects number 1 through 10. No one's health should be compromised by such an establishment. That was great, though. You made me laugh there, Jeff. I don't even know. Oh, I was about to say that I don't even know what Yelp is. It's a place that people go and they bitch about bad service, basically. You can talk about good service, but who wants to read reviews about good service? Unless you actually trust the people that spent the time to put these reviews out, which I'm not so sure I do, when people like Melanie have 79 friends on Yelp. And 26 reviews and 9 photos. This place is so rude and unprofessional. I have kids with me and the little girl needed the restroom. I kept telling the piece of shit that works the counter that I was going to buy something. She refused to open the bathroom door, and I literally stood in the long line to purchase something. I was already planning on getting something, yet they couldn't open the door for the little girl to use the bathroom. I'd have kicked it open. That's BS. They could have opened it for her to use it. We are from out of town. These kids needed to use the bathroom, but they made them hold it until I physically sat in line and made a purchase. I will never waste money here again. This is outrageous, and they were so rude about it. They could have at least you locked the door for the kids while I stood in a line. I wouldn't do even that much. From Melanie. Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous, Melanie. What do you expect? You live in Stockton. Good night, everyone. Merry Christmas. Have a good night, Dean. Thanks for coming in. Good conversation earlier about, you know. Come on in, Maverick. I don't know why my cat wanted out to begin with. It's freezing ass cold out there. I wish I didn't have to hate on this Burger King because so many fast food restaurants in this area are bad. Joseph A. of Oakland, California. 726 reviews. 1,430 photos. 59 friends. Joseph A. of Oakland, California is like a professional Yelper. He has reached the status. I fucking kid you not. If you zoom out on this, it says Elite 18. Oh, you can send people messages? Oh, I am following this person. Actually, I don't know if I want this person to know I'm following him. It'll be fun. Nick Diaz versus Till for the next fight. Let's make it. Oh, that would be a sweet fight. What's up, Bogart Brand? Night Dean, Merry Christmas, man. All right, so this one in particular has many flaws. First off, they have tons of homeless people begging for change at every exit and in the dining room, and they quietly creep upon you like walkers on The Walking Dead. Sometimes I don't know if I should run or stand my ground and fight. What would Rick do? I'm guessing Rick and Morty. Anyways, this place really does suck. The lines are long, the odors are jacked up, and the manager thinks she is some kind of CEO of a Fortune 500 business with the way she yells at people. If anything, you should come here. It's like free entertainment while you eat. Gotta love Oakland. Well, Joseph A., I'm guessing that's probably not Joseph A.'s real name, because I'm assuming that's not their picture unless Joseph A. is an actual pig. So I'm going to click on Joseph A. and see if I can see some of these other reviews. Because this is, 3-star reviews. Who fills out 726 reviews and gives 3-star reviews? 4 stars. Wow, I was expecting like all 1-star, preposterous, 5 stars, 3 stars. This person literally has like no time to do anything but write reviews for Yelp. This person wrote 726 reviews for Yelp and posted 1,430 photos. Jesus, Joseph Dizzy Joe A. I think that might be a Yelp superstar. I think they might have a sponsor. All right. We'll finish up with Burger King here. We'll get into the end here. Wow, I've been coming here since I was little and never got the service I got last night. I stopped by at 10 p.m. and was see, you've been coming here since you were little. You have one bad night. First thing you do is go out to review and bitch about these guys. I see what kind of person you are, Angelica, and I don't trust you. I stopped by at 10 p.m. was craving a smoothie. We pulled up to the speaker and asked for a number 1 with an Oreo shake upgrade. Guy taking the order said they don't have shakes. They were cleaning the machine. I've got that before. We then asked iced coffee, and he said, I don't know, I have to check. And we said, can you check, please? And immediately said, no, we don't have any. What do you have? I'm not sure if they're supposed to be cleaning the machines before closing time, but please put that on your menu. Also, the person that took the money said it depends most nights when we clean them. Sometimes 9, sometimes 10. What's the point of having them on the menu? Pretty sure not all Burger Kings do this. Disappointed. Oh, and one day I went and was waiting for my food, and there was a bum just chilling, and a worker looked out the window, told him to leave and come back, and threw a cup full of water at him. Oh, if you're going to take pictures of anything, it should be this employee throwing the cup of water at the bum. What the fuck? Not coming back anymore. I thought that one was going to be boring, Angelica, but you redeemed yourself at the end. The throwing the cup of water at the bum at the end, that was a nice touch. Victor G. of Oakland, California. The food isn't as good as other Burger King outlets. The service sucks. After getting my change from a 20, I showed the cashier he was $5 short. He didn't say anything. He probably put it in his pocket. He got the key from the manager, opened the till, gave me a 5, and still said nothing. Well, at least you got your money back. The fried onions, 129, were small, tasteless. Nuggets, 1 bland. Only the Seattle's best coffee. Medium roast was satisfying. No apology, 1 stars. If apology mistake, 2 stars. Okay, this person's being a bit bossy here, Victor. Is this, oh my God, is this real? This cannot be real. This person has 4,442 friends on Yelp and 13,413 reviews. Victor G. That one's from 2012. What the hell is this person reviewing? 13,000 reviews. You know how long it would take to write 13,000 reviews? I cannot imagine. I can't imagine writing 13,000 reviews. That is absolutely insane. Damn, that's impressive. I mean, get a fucking job. This person's got to be unemployed. Jesus. Elite 2018 and 2017. Invisible G seeking virgin eats. Well, I guarantee you that Victor is a virgin if he's got the time to write 13,000 fucking reviews. There is no woman spending any time with Victor G. All right. And one of our favorite places. Before maybe we talk a little bit of MMA, what would a dramatic Yelp reviewing be without the people of Walmart? We got to go into Walmart, and this is going to be a Walmart in San Leandro, California. All right, so October 5th, 2018. This location is worse than the Pittsburgh location. Rude-ass customer service, lazy employees, and a dangerous parking lot. First, I asked store associate Manuel. Oh, I love this one. I did read this one earlier. First, I asked store associate Manuel where the batteries are located. He points in 2 different directions and says, over there? I'm like, for real? I said, can you be more specific? He says, I work over here. I said, I totally hate your ass right now. I mean, I don't work for Instacart, and I really don't come to walk the entire Walmart for some damn batteries. That is an awesome start to this review, sir. I go to electronics, and I locate the next smart-ass associate. When I asked where the batteries were located, this dummy batted his false eyelashes. I don't know that I haven't seen a male with false eyelashes, and I live in Seattle. Batted his false eyelashes for a good 30 seconds and said, not here. I asked them to please step out of my presence before I suffered a meltdown, for real. I get to the door to exit the store, and an Amazonian female is checking store receipts. As I'm making my way out the door, she actually stops me like OPD and says, "You not showing me your receipt?" I said that would be correct. She asked me why, and I stated, "This ain't Costco." She said, "All right then." The whole experience was just forgettable for me. I just can't return to the trauma. Who hires these people? Well, you did go to Walmart. You're not going to get some PhDs there. But thanks for the story, bro. Walmart, San Leandro, racial profiles and discriminates against black and brown people. Oh, shit, Franklin. They're not going to be in business very long in Oakland. I was in their store and just about everything is behind locked cabinets. You have to pay for cosmetics and within the cosmetic area. You don't find this in Pittsburgh, California, Fremont, Union City, Walnut Creek stores. I will never shop at Walmart again. May just be that they're in a high crime area. Maybe it doesn't have anything to do with the people that are there. Who knows, though? Came here a couple times trying to buy some daily stuff. Tried to ask someone for the location, but would often get guided to the wrong aisle. When I was working at Winco, the people at the pizza place, great pizza, by the way. The new Wincos that they make, if you've been to Winco Foods, though, they don't have the pizza places, unfortunately. But ours did. Our pizza guys, they thought it was funny. Every time someone asked where something was, they would tell them aisle 5. And then customers started telling us that the pizza guys were telling them that everything was on aisle 5. They thought it was absolutely hilarious. I didn't think so much at the time as a manager. Now it's pretty funny. So, came here a couple times trying to buy daily stuff. Read that part. Mostly due to the cashier working at one time when I was checking out, line is super long. Mostly due to the cashier working at a super slow pace. She literally has to walk to another cashier for something every time. When you finish with one customer, I understand that she needs to help if she is new, but she is constantly going back and forth, which wasted a lot of my time and others. Just got back. Marissa in San Lorenzo, California just got back, and I definitely won't be going for anything but water again. I went to use my manufacturer coupon for formula. The formula at this location is locked in a case and has a ring for a help button. All right, I've worked in retail before. You coupon people are a pain in the fucking ass. I will stick up for these Walmart employees just a little bit here. These people are always a pain. I must have rang that button 20 plus times, asked 10 different people for help, all of whom responded they would get someone with the key. Finally, after about listening to 5 songs overhead, I asked the woman in electronics, whom advised jewelry personnel had an extra set of keys. Walked over to jewelry, or the gentleman exclaimed that he would try to get the actual infant person out to help me. Instead, after 2 minutes of realizing he couldn't locate the person, then he decided to help me and then insisted I pay in jewelry just to make sure I don't steal the item I waited 15 minutes for. Okay, kind of sad that they have to lock up formula though, but it's a it is a very high theft item. All right, and I think that is going to be the end of reviews for tonight. The Jon Jones incident, like I said, update on that. Joe Rogan is going to have Jeff Novitzky on Thursday. So you guys definitely make sure and check that out. I'll definitely be checking that. I'm really interested to see what he has to say. Joe kind of seemed to be covering for him a little bit, but he's an employee of the UFC, so that's what you get, I guess. At that point. But we'll see where this whole thing leads to. I'm actually doing a lot of study on the metabolites and what they do to the actual permanent state of your body. And I don't know yet, but by the time I get done with this, Jon Jones may actually be innocent. Sort of. I'll fill you in with more detail as I'm able to prove more of this. Last word. What's up, Pulse Reloaded? See what lies they come up with. Yeah, he wants to get the last word before they sell these pay-per-views. It's an advertisement before the 2 days before UFC 232. Oh, did you guys also see today? I don't think they announced this before, but it sounded like this was part of the original stipulations, but it wasn't reported. Jon Jones will not have any choice now but to go on the VADA testing as well as the USADA testing. So he will test with both agencies. I don't know what difference it's going to make. Like I said, I'm trying to find out as much as I can about these metabolites. As far as I know, the only thing that stays in someone's body longer than 6 months is a baby. And if there was a baby anywhere near Jon Jones, he would have hit it with a car. Just saying. He's into that stuff. All right, guys. I think I'm going to finish my beer. I'm going to wrap it up for tonight. We'll do something tomorrow for a Christmas stream. I'll try to stay a little more MMA orientated, but for whatever strange reason, I kind of like those Yelp reviews. I think they're hilarious. So I will see you guys tomorrow. As always, I love you. I respect you. And have your fine asses a Merry Christmas.